everybody, it's me, Chuck, from the Breath of Fresh Bear channel. I'm here tonight in my garage garden, and we're going to do a walk around of the rest of my property to show you guys what I've been up to the last couple weeks and some progress on the garden and the experiments. So let's get into it. So we'll start here with the indoor garden. Remember that first potato experiment we did? Yeah, nothing's really happening with that. It's not growing. Planted the thing on the 11th. It's like the 20th. We should have some growth, and we don't. So we might break that cup open here in a video and just see if anything happened to that little potato at all. Whether it started to sprout, whether it did nothing. We might just do that. Got a couple more potatoes experiments back there. I think those ones are actually going to do something. We'll see. That one is on the 15th or 16th or whatever. No, it's a gold potato. I did that on the 19th. A couple of different pieces of gold potato there that I planted. See what they do. I have another potato over here on the 18th. These are ones that are just from the house here. There you go, you can see that. They're just potatoes from my pantry. So I'm gonna see if they'll grow. They were kind of starting to. So there we got a bush bean. That's gonna come up here pretty quick. And so far, nothing from the pinto bean. So we might have to try to plant another one of those. We'll see what happens. On the other bean, I'll show you guys that. On the other bean here, that guy, the black bean, that sucker is growing for the stars. You can see comparatively to the other plant. The thing is crazy. And if I take it out of the other one light here, you can see just how green this thing is. And that's just from the purple there. If I take it over here to the white light, look at this. Look how green this thing is from being under that grow light. It's pretty insane, right? And now for the really exciting stuff, because I've done a lot of work around here. So yeah, I'm going to show you the new stuff that I have going on here. This is what we were working with before, right? I went ahead and put some more shelving in here. I think I'm actually going to reinforce that side like I did this side, because this seems to work a lot better and it's a lot more stable. And it seems to work better. So I did that. I built a propagation area, another one here. And as you can see, I'm doing something a little bit different here with this. This is going to be for my hydroponic system. And as you can see here, I've got lettuces propagating in here and a mustard. They actually sent me that for free. It says free seed on it. See that? Thanks for my order. So I've got some different companies here that I'm going through to get heirlooms, but lettuce is one of the easiest things that you can grow hydroponically inside, and it works really well and has a really fast turnaround time. So that's what I'm going for there. And I just built this little propagation area, and as you can see, these are completely removable from the assembly, and then I can set them back in there to use like so that I have a movable surface here. So I can use this area. Once I move these out of the way, you can see underneath of it, got a much taller grow area now for bigger plants. So that is my goal there, to be able to have a movable tray. And then up here, I've added a shelf. That's going to be my next hydroponic setup, so that I can have all my storage up here at the top. And that's not going to stay there, because that's actually going to be a grow area eventually. But for right now, I'm working with what I've got and building as I can with what I've, the money I've got. So another thing I've added here, these are a couple of dwarf banana trees. I added those to my plant collection, and these things are actually really fascinating to grow, and I'll be moving them out of those pots fairly quickly, probably before I leave, just to give them some more root room to grow. And they do really well with heat and lots of sunlight and fertilizer, which I can give them. So I'm going to try to keep them at the correct temperature. I don't want them to really be outside plants here. Maybe during the summer, and then I'll bring them in during the winter. We'll see, depending on how big of pots I can get. For right now, I just have them right here because these little tiny pots keep tipping over, and I don't really care for that. So I've got them like that. And then over here, as you can see, is my little tiny hydroponic setup right now. This is where I'm going to be growing those little lettuces at. If they all come up, I'll have one too many. I was going to do 8 in each one, but then I realized for the sake of space and letting them grow, I wasn't going to do that. So I'm just going to do 6 in each one to start off with and see how that goes. As you can see, there's the little bean plant that I showed you guys earlier. And I'll kind of give you a little preview here of what it looks like underneath of this guy. So that there is what it looks like underneath of this. There will actually be more sprayers here along the sides. They just haven't come in yet, as they kind of cross spray across the little baskets that are sitting in there. And that is what will give them the nutrients. Right now it's just water, mostly because I'm just letting the chlorine leach out of the water, because you have to use either filtered water or get rid of the chlorine, because you really don't want chlorine in your plants, and tap water has chlorine in it, so not real good for them. But if you just let it set for about 24 hours, the chlorine will evaporate out of it, so it doesn't do too bad as far as getting rid of the chlorine. And then you just add a chemical. I use a biological nutrient, organic nutrient, because I don't want to be feeding my plants something that's not organic. But yeah, there you go. And if you guys want a tutorial on how to build this, I can definitely give you a tutorial and a rundown of how to build this thing. It's really not that expensive. I think it's probably 40 bucks for the whole thing, including the pump. And it's not a real big pump either. You don't need much. If I take these little nozzles out, there's water just pouring out of these holes. But getting the nozzles to actually seat right and spray the way you want to is a different story. And I might, instead of going with 360 degree nozzles like I've got in here, you can see they spray all over the place. I might just go with the 180s and just put more of them on each side, so they just spray directly across, because they don't seem to work real well in some spots, and it's not for lack of pressure, I promise you. If I take that off right there in the back over there right now, it'll spray like crazy out of that pipe. And this is just a little 1/2-inch diameter pipe, and this is just a 17-gallon tote. I think I spent 10 bucks on the tote itself. And then there's a little drain pipe here on the outside for draining it out. So when you drain it out, it's actually fairly simple to do. And I'm actually going to put a little drain hole in that lid there, so when it's time for my boys to fill it back up, it'll be fairly easy to do. So you'll get it down to about a gallon, and then you kind of have to tilt it to get the rest out. But you really don't want your water to stay in there more than about 3 weeks, because it will, like, you don't want to add more chemical and stuff to it while there's still water in there. So that's the bane of this thing, is like once every 2 to 3 weeks you have to empty it completely out and refill it up, which is about 5 gallons in there right now, which isn't incredibly a big pain in the butt, but it is what it is. So there's that. And as you can see, if I were to take the top off of this here, you can see there the water that would be spraying across the root system there until it gets long enough to permeate and get down into the bottom. But you have these little tip cup things over the top here, because you really don't want any light getting down into the tub, because yeah, with all that nutrient and everything in there, it will start growing algae and biological material and stuff in there, and you don't really want that in the hydroponic system, because it'll just clog your filters up and everything else in that pump. So we really don't want to do that, have biological stuff growing in there. So that's why you have these little covers that go over the top of the cups, and those are little 3-inch cups. For my other system that I'm going to do 2-inch cups. So that's my plan for that. So from the last time we were out here, quite a few of these watermelons have come up. I'm gonna need to thin them out. I'm probably gonna put them in some Dixie cups and try to give them away, because there's no way I need this many watermelon plants growing on this here trellis. That would be insane. Here's the cukes. They about have their second set of leaves coming in. They look pretty nice here. See if I can get a better shot there. They've got their second set coming through. So they're gonna start taking off here real quick. The blueberries are actually starting to take off, starting to spread out a little bit, which is very reassuring. The second one over there, I don't know if that guy's gonna make it. Seems to be doing pretty poorly. But this guy, on the other hand, has seemed to take root, and it's doing pretty well. So hopefully that guy gives us some blueberries. And then here, with the strawberries, we still have nothing. I haven't gotten these ones to do anything. No greening, no rooting. They haven't done anything. I'm just afraid that they're completely dead. So that variety of strawberry was a white variety of strawberry, and I just don't think they're going to do anything. I think I got taken on my money. But these ones, on the other hand, they're doing quite well. And what I might do, honestly, is just have these guys here. Might wait till they really take off, and then I might have a sucker come down and see if I can get one started in here, so I've at least got a clone of this plant. So let's go take a look at what we've got in the back. Here is an update on the garden. This is garlic that's poking up there. You can see a few of the garlic sprouts are starting. The kale right there. Spinach is starting to get kind of big. The leeks are doing really, really well. This is white onions. I lost a lot of them, probably to cold, so I might have to reseed a few of them, but they're doing all right. And these are yellow onions here. Carrots, doing very well. Them right there are peppers that are just starting to come up. Jalapenos, got a few of them. These are the California Wonders. They're starting to put on some size there. Starting to get warm. Brussels sprouts and beets in there. You can kind of see the difference. These right here are broccoli. They're a little bit slower than these here cauliflower, which are getting huge. Very nice. Tomatillos, green tomatoes. Them here are Roma tomatoes. Doing well. The beefsteaks are getting huge. These are the beans, green beans, doing well. Potatoes of 3 different planting types. Planted them about 2 weeks apart. So you can see the size difference there. 2 weeks does. Blackberry bush is starting to come in real well. And then you can see here, right here in the middle, this guy right here is squash. These ones here are corn. And then you got the green beans there, and then this is the same thing here. So they're doing well as well. So that's the update on the outside garden. Well, thanks for coming along today, guys, and checking that stuff out. I've got a few things here that I'm going to show you here at the very end, and I'll talk about real quickly, and I'm just going to show you some pictures of it in a couple of videos. The cows at my mom's place actually did give birth. Well, one of them did anyways. The Angus had a little black Angus baby. It's a female, unfortunately. But yeah, we've got a black Angus heifer, and the Holstein's going to be giving birth here any day now. The goat actually had twins, so that's pretty cool. They didn't even know the goat was pregnant, but there you go. The goat had twins, and I got them an incubator, and I've got some clips of that to show you guys. So feel free to sit back and enjoy that real fast.
Okay, egg hatching experiment number 1. These are our dozen eggs here that we're ready to go. This is the new incubator that our son got for us. and we're waiting for it to come to the right temperature and the right humidity level to put the eggs in. Make sure that the turner thing's working like it's supposed to, and get ready to hatch our eggs in hopefully in 3 weeks. Most of these will be baby chicks.
Oh my goodness.
Well guys, thanks for hanging out with me today, taking a look at some of the stuff that I've been doing. If you're curious, hit me up, let me know what you want to see, what you're interested in, and I'll just keep showing you what I'm doing while I'm expanding on my little mini homestead here, and we'll see what we can accomplish together. And if you like this kind of stuff, make sure to give us a big thumbs up, because it really helps out the channel, and share it and subscribe if you're so inclined. God bless you guys. Thanks. Bye.